Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Flight Sports TV, that's where it's at.
Flight Sports TV.
What's going on, people? It's Flight Sports TV. I appreciate y'all for checking with me. You already know what it is. We back with another one of them things. I apologize. We're running a little bit behind, but you already know what it is. We got to definitely bring some content to the people. It's only right. You understand? When you face with two options, you running a little bit late and you want to shut it down, or you want to give the people a show. I'm going to choose to give the people a show every single night. I'm going to tell you that right about now, man. And we got a whole lot to discuss. I love to discuss basketball, man. We got a lot of basketball to talk about. But no story is more prominent than the crazy situation that took place today involving Mr. Kyrie Irving. Yes, Kyrie Irving, he's at it again, y'all. You know, the drama don't stop. It's like a soap opera. Pardon me, with Kyrie Irving. It's a true soap opera now these days. But nonetheless, with all of the speculation, with all of the courtside, games in LA, you got all of these goddamn playoff games, but you happen to be up in Los Angeles where, everybody believes you're headed. He wasn't up there in Phoenix. I mean, I'm just saying, was Kyrie Irving in Phoenix? There were an array of was he down there in Miami? I mean, damn, that series is bananas. Pause. You understand? He should have been down there watching that. I mean, what the hell are you doing in Los Angeles and expecting no kind of people to sit up there and say this or say that? I guess he want to be in Los Angeles just peaceful. I mean, if you don't want these kind of things, I don't understand it. You know damn well you courtside at the Laker game, you about to draw an array of shit. You understand? You about to stir everything up, goddamn it. You're going to have the news, the tabloids, TMZ. I mean, everybody picking up the story. Not only did you go there once, hell, you went there twice. And this time around, LeBron had the nerve to have Trae Young there sitting with him. Now, seriously, I mean, LeBron got motherfuckers down there auditioning. I don't think y'all understand what's happening. Seriously, I got a lot of things I need to discuss tonight, man. I ain't holding no punches, man. There's a lot of things happening in Los Angeles that is just disgust me. I'm just gonna keep it all the way 100 with you right now. From the way they doing D'Angelo Russell, I was gonna save this for a video, but I'll do it right here. Pause. You understand? Let me tell you something. They doing D-Lo dirty. LeBron James has sicked the national media on D'Angelo Russell. I said it. You understand? He got Magic Johnson out there. He got Jalen Rose out there. He got Skip and he got Shannon. Pardon me, he ain't got Skip. I mean, he got the whole goddamn ESPN just running up amok. I mean, seriously. Did you? Listen. They got they giving D-Lo the business right now. They are railroading D'Angelo Russell. They are setting up the framework for D'Angelo Russell to get the hell out of town and for them to bring in Kyrie Irving. I mean, the fix is in. I mean, seriously, the shit has been written. LeBron he don't dust his tracks off. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. This is not a good, track duster. It's looking filthy. Something stinks. You understand? And I'm telling you, they bringing Kyrie Irving to Los Angeles. This is a hostile takeover, and they don't give a damn what happened. It's crazy because they're looking to upgrade the position. Well, hell, you just upgraded the damn position. I mean, you had Russell Westbrook there. It was a big time issue going on where they wanted his ass out. They end up uprooting Mr. Russell Westbrook. Then they bring in D'Lo. They singing the praises to the high heavens for D'Angelo Russell. Then D'Lo, now the D'Angelo Russell done helped your ass get all the way to the conference finals. They done helped the Los Angeles Lakers get to the conference finals. And now that they got swept to a superior basketball team, they have railroaded D'Angelo Russell and they are ready to bring in Kyrie Irving. And the sad part about the situation is not the fact that they bringing in Kyrie Irving. You got to do that. Ain't nobody gonna sit up here and get in the middle of that. But why the hell you got to railroad D'Lo in the process of making it happen? I mean, you act like y'all got eliminated in the first round. Y'all got to the goddamn conference final. Y'all had no business there. D'Lo did his job. Now, y'all went toe-to-toe with Jokic. That's the series for LeBron and AD to take over. I mean, you expected D'Lo and Reeves and all of them to get your ass out of that? I don't think so. So these are the things that I'm very concerned with, involving the Los Angeles Lakers that I was noticing. But their offseason has started. Salute to the whole chat. Shout out to the John C. Shout out King C. Shout out CJ Gannon. Shout out Andy17. My man King C says big salute flight, the man, the myth flight. Peace and love to you, King C. See, the Kyrie will be the scapegoat in LA. Somebody gonna be the scapegoat, in Los Angeles, and the damn sure ain't gonna be LeBron James. What they're gonna do when they bring in these guys? They're gonna scapegoat the rest of the team. There's always gonna be more. They need more. You understand? This is the shit that goes on with LeBron James. It's never enough. I mean, I'm just keeping it 100 with. I mean, he won all the players. I mean, you had Ray Allen, D Wade, Chris Bosh. They were still crying for shit. I mean, so now, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna bring in. Then they're gonna say, you got to put a good team around these guys, man. Who are they playing with? Who are they? Listen, man, I'm just keeping it 100 with you. I don't like the process on how they're trying to bring in Kyrie Irving. But Kyrie is sitting here, on his thing, and I love Kyrie Irving. He's one of my favorite players to watch. But when Kyrie Irving sits there and act like he don't know why all this shit done came upon him, it's just appalling. It's like he done set the shit up yourself. If you didn't want all eyeballs and attention, what the hell are you doing in the crypto.com arena, front row in the middle of the Western Conference Final? What the hell are you doing? You could have stayed at home. I mean, you got to be front row. But like I said, man, that's what they doing. They trying to bring him in. Rob Pelinka. You telling me this guy just came there to enjoy the goddamn game? You don't think he went in the back to talk to Rob Pelinka? You don't think Rob Pelinka wanted to inquire? Hey, Trey Young, can I talk to you for a minute? Who knows? It might have been a fucking dinner. I don't know. I'm just talking the facts. So what's happening? Bottom line is, he was front row at the Laker game twice. Now this Kyrie Irving, I doubt he just went home after the game. I'm just saying. This is what goes on in the NBA. I'm just saying what the people ain't gonna say. LeBron James right now has got the national media in an uproar, and they have got their eyes and antennas pointed directly at D'Angelo Russell. I'm telling you, I hope they give this guy a good settling, because D'Lo need to find a home. What they doing to D'Angelo Russell is filthy. I mean, damn, can they at least give the guy a good peace treaty on the way out? I mean, you got to kick his ass on the way out to make sure to screw him over in the next destination. I mean, the man ain't never found a home. And the sad part is he thought he had a couple of homes. LA done kicked his ass out. He went to Brooklyn. He became an all-star. He thought he was safe. They done kicked his ass out. He done went to Minnesota. Minnesota. It was a big damn press conference. They met his ass at the airport. He went to team up with his best friend, Karl Anthony Towns. They done kicked his ass on the way out. So now he done came to LA, the Kumbaya, the team that drafted him, and now they kicking his ass out. So, I mean, there ain't no hope for D'Angelo Russell, man. I mean, damn, seriously, I'm starting to feel sorry. You know, oh, you Golden. I'm sorry, pardon me. Shout out, Unstoppable. Golden State did them filthy too. And now you got the Lakers. They gonna do them filth. Then they got Magic and all. And I love Magic. I ain't disrespecting Magic. I'm just talking about the way they do business. Like Magic put a tweet out talking about LeBron and AD, and he highlighted specifically Rui Hachimura and Mr. Austin Reeves, who I believe that they're gonna lose one of these two in the process of getting greedy because they cannot just sign Kyrie Irving outright. They don't have the asset. I mean, they don't have the cap space. I don't even think they have enough to clear to do all of that. They're gonna have to trade some motherfuckers, So I believe that some one of them two is gone, and I think you hold on to Reeves for dear life. I think he can be a star. I mean, I don't know what Magic was saying. Magic was talking crazy. Magic said that Rui and Austin Reeves are rising stars or something like that. Reeves, I think he could be good, but I mean, my man, Rui, I'm not sure about that. But the Lakers are all right. I think with Kyrie Irving, it does take them up a notch. But I just don't like the way things are going about. You got people upset there in the national media and they create national attention. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. And LeBron James, and with all due respect, you quote unquote the greatest of all time. I mean, how the hell is LeBron? How are we normalizing the teams getting swept? Like, I mean, listen, you gonna lose, go down, but you can't get swept. How many sweeps are on LeBron James' resume, for crying out loud? And LeBron, listen, let me tell the people right now, LeBron is the best player that I've ever seen play the game of basketball. The most talented, like I said, he was the Michael Jordan of my era. But I cannot sit up there and sugarcoat the times where LeBron James didn't come through. And I wanted more from LeBron James in this series against the Denver Nuggets. I know the numbers is gonna come back, and you can bring all these guys are professional stat padders, so don't just miss me with the numbers. They know how to make sure they get their numbers right and the stat sheet look good. I don't need you to sit up here and feed me this bullshit, okay? I mean, I'm telling you what's going on. These are stat pad extraordinaires, all of them, okay? So I don't get caught up in what the hell the stat sheet is showing. I'm looking at the effort. I'm looking at LeBron James deferring and passing the ball in the clutch. When the team needs a bucket, you looking for Lonnie Walker and these dudes to save the day. I mean, in the conference finals, when they done saved many days to get your ass here. I want LeBron to me didn't have a game where he just completely just went off. You got to win you a game. What happened to the days of no matter what, he gonna get you one. These dudes ain't giving us nothing. I'm just telling you what's going on. These dudes, it used to be a point where he gonna get you one, no matter what. LeBron gonna get you one. If they may not, they're gonna lose, but they're gonna get one. Now these dudes is coming out just selling out. It's over. It's just a clean sweeps. People getting sent home packing early, filthy, dirty, and shit like that. That's the kind of stuff that's going on right now. But Kyrie Irving incoming, I think helps out, tremendously. That is what the doctor ordered for LA. I'm not sitting here against the move. I'm not against it. I just don't like the way it's being done. And that's why I want to let everybody know, so we don't have no misconfusion. I think that if Kyrie Irving comes to Los Angeles, listen, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Kyrie is a member of the Dallas Mavericks. The situation with Luka Doncic, let me just break the news to you. It wasn't the best partnership. Luka Doncic need to be by himself on the whole basketball team. They shouldn't have another guard who Kyrie need the ball too. And LeBron gonna give it up. AD that's not too ball dominant. You got to feed AD. So Kyrie will come in here and just take charge because at this point it looks like LeBron wants somebody to do everything for him. So Kyrie can come here and just take over the offense and, and hopefully LeBron don't have a problem with that. Is he going to mingle in Kyrie affairs? Because Kyrie is clamoring to get to LA. But the last time they was teaming up, yes, it was fruitful, but the shit ain't end well. But Kyrie done ran the block a little bit and noticed that, listen, there ain't nothing I could do, man. I can't do shit without LeBron. I got to tell him that right now. It ain't shit ain't been so smooth, since he left LeBron. So I mean, I understand. I mean, shit get rough. Motherfuckers people start thinking crazy. They start thinking, damn, they could do this shit all by themselves. And they had LeBron James sitting here. Basically there was basically acquiescing and giving him all the shit and basically allowing him to do things. But I understand where he didn't like the way he was being used. LeBron trying to son him. It was a lot of that going on. LeBron, we gotta understand. I think LeBron is a lot more mature today than he was back in the Cleveland days. When LeBron stepped foot back in Cleveland, the arrogance was at an all-time high. We just got to keep it 100. LeBron James went to Cleveland like he just took this dude team over. And I feel for Kyrie because he just signed the major contract in Cleveland. He thinking he about to be the number one option, and here comes LeBron. They done drafted Wiggins. They think he done got him a 1-2 punch now. The team is being built around Kyrie. LeBron that came and messed that all up. But like it is what it is at the end of the day. The Los Angeles Lakers are going to return to prominence. I think so because you got obviously the pedigree of the team. And I give Jeannie Buss credit. I know people want to shit on her and do them dirty. They will make some moves, including Pelinka. I don't dislike Rob Pelinka. I think that Rob Pelinka does a fabulous job, man, since he's been hired. You could say whatever you want, but if you could shake out these teams, like you have a bad team, you got Russell Westbrook. Nobody likes him, right? And then, like I said, then they get him out of there and they upgrade. They bring in damn near shake up the whole roster. It's crazy. CJ Gannon says Flight can't stand LeBron. Like, hey, no, I love LeBron. LeBron is one of my favorite players. LeBron is the best player I ever seen. When I was a kid, I had LeBron James pictures on the wall. I'm just not one of these idiotic, hallucinating, LeBron fans, that act stupid, and it just get crazy. I'm not Shannon Sharp. There's a lot of sharps running around here, on YouTube. There's a lot of sharps. And I'm telling you, it's getting crazy. You can't turn on ESPN or Fox Sports without looking at sharps. It's like I just want to turn the shit off. It's like I'm listening to them, and it just sounds so disgusting at how they advocating, to just for LeBron James' benefit. Today I'm listening. I actually gave these fools a chance today, ladies and gentlemen. I had some time. I'm just listening to these assholes, so they sitting here just running up amok, and all I'm hearing is them railroading D-Lo, all of them. I'm like, damn. And they got Magic tweet on top of it. So they got all this ammunition that they about to just railroad D-Lo until July 1st. Pause. They about to sit up here and run the violation tour of D'Angelo Russell until free agency. They letting it be known, hey, man, he's gone. There's no way in hell you can bring him back. I mean, so what the hell y'all got him for? So I mean, LeBron got to understand that as well. I would listen. Miami was really where he should have. Listen, you call me crazy. He should have never left Miami because they would have made sure that he had a stable team around him. LeBron James teams have been just like he said at the end of the goddamn game. Yeah, it's only me, it's Anthony Davis, and I forgot who the other guy named he mentioned, who was another guy that was going to be on the roster with them. But bottom line is their whole team next season is basically going to be clear. Nobody's promised to come back. And I think LeBron likes it like that. And then this guy got the nerve to sit here and fuck around and contemplate retirement at free agents. So this dude done. And then, this guy tried to get them to trade the 2 first-round picks. So you got to understand what LeBron James be trying to do. LeBron James was trying to get them to trade the 2 first-round picks. Thank God Jimmy Buss and them just said, hell no, it ain't happening. They drew the line in the sand. Because LeBron would have them trade all of their assets. Listen, let me tell you what this guy would do. Because we sit up here and act like this shit is all good, and it's not. LeBron James would have these guys trade all of the assets, right? And then once he becomes a free agent, he would just leave their ass high and dry with no obligation to think, damn, I just gave up everything for you. He don't have, there's no allegiance to say, no, work nothing out. He would just bounce, and why the whole, everything's just in disarray. We've been building around you for years and you're gone and we finished. And he out off to creating another super team, and this is what goes on. And then, it's just other team just got to move on and pick up the pieces, but the Lakers, they're a little bit smart, this time around, and I think that they're going to figure it out. What I will give LeBron is he was passing the basketball a lot. He did his thing, moving it, but the guys he had on the floor with him came through for him. Your Ruiz, your Austin Reeves, these guys actually came through. When he passed them the ball, they hit shots. And the same couldn't be said on you've seen it in different situations. So I think LeBron got caught up in that, continuing to move the ball, because I will give him the supporting cast came through, but who do you bring back? Reeves it's about to get expensive, and then like the problem is, I think if they didn't have the aspirations of bringing in another person, they could bring everybody back. But when you going big game hunting, you can't bring everybody back. People's just not going to be. They have it set up exactly how they want it, where it's just LeBron and Anthony Davis. The other guy, he's just there just for the hell of it. That shit might have been by mistake. It was really just supposed to be LeBron and AD on the roster, and it's just cleared. That way they could just make do and bring back who they want at whatever number they want, because they all want to be in LA. Who the hell want to leave LA to go to Utah or somewhere else like that? So they got that looming. So there's a lot of that shit going on where they'll have guys sit around wait, and hopefully the Lakers offer them a contract because they ain't trying to leave LA. So this goes on. Reeves, on the other hand, he's a younger player. I think somebody's going to put the chicken up for Reeves. They're going to put the Lakers in an awkward position. Pause. I could see a team putting up a decent amount of money, like a team that want to swing for the fences. Detroit, teams like that, young teams, Orlando, who could fit in with some of their cores. I don't know what Charlotte do. Charlotte got any money, but shit, somebody need to go after Reeves. I would like for a team to get aggressive and get Austin Reeves, because I think he could be good, but you got to think about him. How he going to look without LeBron? He's in LeBron's system, so I'm just saying, I'd hate for a team to overpay and he come in and he's just hot garbage. I don't want, that'll just be you get sold a bill of goods. Hope we're not being sold a bill of goods here with Mr. Reeves. But he does do a lot of things individually. He puts the ball on the floor. He does a lot for himself. So I'm not going to sit up here and railroad him. I like Austin Reeves. I think he's a good player. But the Lakers, and I heard him attacking Darvin Ham today too. When that's the guy that LeBron wanted as well. LeBron, it's crazy because they complain about all of these things that LeBron wanted. Zen says spend the money on Reeves for now and the future. Yeah, that's what I would do. You can't lose them. So, whatever this is the Lakers. Go into, who cares about the luxury tax? Do what you got to do. You got to bring him back. You may not be able to bring both. So you got to think. If it's just one or the other, Rui or him, just take Reeves because he fits better with LeBron in LeBron's system. Even though I'm telling LeBron is closer to be on the way out. I'm telling you, I don't know how much longer he's going to have. Because LeBron is doing his thing, but he lost a step or two, So I think that's alarming. Anthony Davis is not the guy who's going to be the number one out, and I think Kyrie can come and be that. I'll see, because it seems like Anthony Davis don't want it. He don't want to be the number one option. Anthony Davis don't want to take up the mantle. And Kyrie Irving, give me the goddamn ball. That's Kyrie Irving. Just give me the goddamn ball and get the hell out the way. I'm going to take over. I want to take charge. I can hit this three. The defender can't do shit. And I got this. And Anthony Davis, I think, I don't know. But if they bring in Kyrie Irving, that changes life a whole lot for LeBron, for all of them. Because now you have your 1-2 punch if, LeBron, we don't know what's going to happen with him. What does he got? Maybe 2 or 3 more? I don't know. And then be on the lookout for Bronny James. because Bronny James could very well be drafted by the Lakers. He's not projected to be no goddamn lottery pick. So if you got a situation where LeBron is acting like he's gonna leave or he'll retire and come back and sign with Bronny's team, I mean, I see the play already. I think it's tough. LeBron shouldn't contemplate retirement though, but I think this is what LeBron does. I think you got to understand what Kyrie is doing is they all do this. LeBron started it. Free agency wasn't no massive movie like it is now. Like the off season is damn near just as exciting as the regular season. Who the hell? How did this happen? Who started this? I'm asking. So these are the things we have to think about. You understand? We didn't get to this situation where guys are talking free agency like it's a goddamn movie. And like I said, LeBron had this going, and that's why you have him at the end of the thing, basically loom his future over Laker Nation, thinking he's on his way. LeBron ain't retiring. I mean, I think he was good. He's a good player still. I don't think that he's to the point where you need to think about a bench role and that like that. I just don't think he's a number one option anymore. Not for an extended period of time at least. He's not a number one option anymore. And they need to bring in that. And I think Kyrie could be that number one option who could hit shots. I was even hearing Trae Young, possibly. I think that's a long shot, but players like that, they're young guys, they want to take up the mantle, and like take charge. I think Trae Young would fit with LeBron because he want to hit all the shots. He could hit threes. Obviously, his shooter. I never seen LeBron play with a sniper. Like I said, we've seen a lot of spot up shooters, but I never seen him play with a guy like that. So that is troubling. Shout out the finance man. Shout out Rap Guy Reloaded. Lakers need to stay away from Kyrie and Trae Young. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, Kyrie, I think is a given. They're going to go after him. I think Kyrie wants it. Kyrie just got to go to Dallas and say, listen, I want to sign with the Lakers. Let's work out a signing. That's how it's going to go down. They'll communicate with the organizations and make something happen like that, where maybe they could bring over a Rui and maybe a D-Lo or whatever they're going to do. I don't know how the hell this shit going to work. But it will. A sign and trade seems the most likely to happen for all of them. Trae, like I said, Trae Young, I doubt it. With Trae, I think Trae is staying, man. If you the new coach, they just traded for DeJounte Murray. I don't see it happening like that. I don't see them just uprooting Trae like that. I don't see that. Recap Rico, Boston should trade Jaylen Brown for Trae Young, start Marcus Smart as shooting guard. I like all of those possibilities, but like I said, the Lakers, they got a tough decision to be made this off season, with, these guards looming, and decisions got to be made. Brown want Kyrie to complete his last dance document. He has Tristan. Dude is very calculated. I think with Kyrie Irving, they could definitely win another one, in the West. The West is to be, I ain't gonna say that is easy, but I mean, you got the Nuggets, which is a problem. I think that Kyrie changes that whole dynamic of the series because now you got a guy who's the best guard on the floor. Murray was the best guard on the floor, and that's the problem. There's no way in hell Murray is going to outplay Kyrie Irving, and they need to make sure they win that point guard position every night if they could next season. And by getting Kyrie Irving, you will, because can't nobody mess with him, whether you in the East, the West, wherever. CWE says Kyrie plays no defense. I think that Kyrie Irving is a championship player. Is he a lockdown? Is he Chris Paul in his prime? Hell no. But I think that he can play on the string, with a team, play good team defense, and get them to where they need to get to. I do believe they could do that, in my humble opinion. He could do that. And like I said, you have AD there backing him. To me personally, I think that LeBron in his advanced years, he should go to the 4, but I mean, like I said, LeBron want to keep running all the show, and like I said, you bring in Kyrie Irving. Is he going to allow Kyrie Irving to be Kyrie Irving, or is he going to continue to mingle and mess with the affairs? These are the things you got to think about, in my humble opinion. I'm thinking about this because, like I said, LeBron could get in the way. You just got to keep it 100 with you. You know, he can. He could. He sits here and clamors for things, and then when he gets it, that's not what he wanted. He needs something else. You know, and it's gonna be tough to scapegoat anybody because he's protected Anthony Davis. You know, for dear life. You know, I doubt that you bringing in Kyrie Irving for him to be the eyeball. You know, so is LeBron setting himself up? You know, to because he could be the one to be looked at like that. You know, so it's tough. You know, LeBron James is still a great player, man, and I would have loved to see that matchup if Phoenix could have got to the conference finals. That would have been a good one. You know, they would have won. That would have been a good matchup. I think the Lakers would have been in trouble with that series too. You know, so they clearly need something else. You know, and they had no business in the conference finals in the first place. You know, they were not a team that was conference finals worthy all season long. So they need to get out to a good start in the regular season. So I think a trade and a upgrade is paramount of doing that. You can't bring back the same roster, you know, because you might not have you had no business in the conference finals. Y'all barely made the playoffs. They had to go off just to do it. So, like I said, they're gonna be a solid basketball team, in my humble opinion. CW says Kyrie can go to the Lakers. I highly doubt they play together enough. Brooklyn 2.0 AD and Kyrie going to be in and out of the lineup. LeBron is old and their depth will get depleted. Yes, but I think if you got LeBron, Kyrie, and AD all on one roster, it shouldn't be hard getting some mid-level guys, and people should want to come over there. You know, and you're gonna get people like the Terrence Rosses, and you're gonna get people that just you know that listen. I'm trying to win. You know, I don't got much time left. Let me just go over there, and you're gonna get that. A lot of that. You know, when the super team forms, they get free agents and they get people that want to come over there. Somebody's going to take less money, you know, in order to play on the Lakers. To with LeBron, AD, with the thought process, you know, the Lakers just had people doing that when Carmelo and all them dudes, they all went to the Lakers. I mean, people were taking less money to come to LA with the thought process of, you know, winning. You know, Carmelo Anthony, I hate to bring him up, but he was playing with the Blazers. They brought in Chauncey. There was no way he was playing for Chauncey. Carmelo basically, you know, went to the Lakers, but I'm pretty sure he could have taken less money and went to another place with a bigger role, similar to what he had with Portland. You know, with the Lakers, nothing was really promised. You know, he was coming off the bench. You know, I mean, I believe he started some games, and I think he played good for the Lakers. But I think it was so much issues there, you know, that resulted into like just a lot of whatever. Like his morale got affected. Carmelo's, you know, and I just think that he just never came back. He shot the ball very well, you know, but I just think that environment, you know, this point the finger situation where it's everybody else's fault while something happened. It's his fault. It's that guy's fault. It's too much the blame game, you know, and I think that's what got caught up, you know, with Carmelo and that Laker team. Everybody's pointing the finger to blame for the shortcomings, you know, instead of trying to really get this shit situated. You know, but it is what it is at the end of the day. Only way Khan goes to LA is AD Santana. That's not going to happen. You know, they're not giving up Anthony Davis, even though they should take calls, you know, but that's like they're not giving him up. That's LeBron James, man. Like, he going to ride with AD. Like, I noticed that LeBron has protected the hell out of AD, probably more than any of his teammates, probably more than Wade, you know, more than all of them. You know, AD is like he got a certain level of affection towards Anthony Davis. I don't know what the hell it is, but he really loves AD. Like, he just safe. You know, he's never really been too much of the scapegoat, even though he should have. It could get a lot worse for Anthony Davis. But like I said, Westbrook was there really covering for AD. They didn't have to blame AD. They had the ultimate, you know, punching bag in Russell Westbrook. I mean, this shit was getting fun, you know, to sit up there and criticize Russ and blame him for everything. And shit was just becoming a new trend. You know, the shit shouldn't start making sense anymore. You know, but they did end up, you know, going further. But I think that they never really took it serious with Russ. You know, Russ tried it all. He went to the bench. He did this. He did that. I mean, he was trying to get the hell out the way, but it just didn't work out. But it is what it is. But at the end of the day, he wanted to get him there. He wanted Russell Westbrook in Los Angeles. But for whatever reason, it is what it is. All of these moves that happen, the moves that potentially can happen now, and when LeBron takes the podium and basically threatens to retire, you really you start to think about some things. What the hell is that about? What the hell, to me personally, what I decoded from it was, Rob Pelinka, you better go get Kyrie Irving. Rob Pelinka, you better go get such and such. That's what I'm taking from it. I don't. That's what I seen and what I noticed. Kyrie Irving is out there. He's sitting there courtside. Trae Young courtside, and mind you, the Lakers is posting the shit on their damn social media. So they ain't even tripping that they are letting it know. And then right after they get eliminated, you hear they working on a deal for Trae Young, and you find out Trae Young is in LA courtside at the Laker game. That's just one big coincidence, ain't it? And then like I said, Kyrie Irving, we knew that was going on. Like I said, it's crazy, man. There's so many playoff games, so many places they could be. Let's see if they're gonna be at the finals. I guarantee they don't go to Denver or Miami or Boston or wherever the hell it's gonna be. So I guarantee you that. They both of these guys who love the game, they just need to be at the game so bad. They won't be at any more games the rest of the season. They won't be courtside. And Kyrie commented on some things involving Ja Morant as well. He said a lot during his Instagram live stream. It was very intriguing. In my humble opinion. Like I said, Kyrie Irving stated that he doesn't have anybody that run his social medias. We all know that these guys have marketing teams and things of that nature, people that run shit for them in their business. But you clearly seen that, Kyrie Irving made it very, very clear that it's him. When you see him up there, that social media, them tags, that's Kyrie. That ain't nobody but Kyrie. So it is what it is. We're gonna get all into it. We got my man Quiz that just rolled through in here discussing some Kyrie Irving news, updates, and more. I know you've seen this situation with the live stream from Kyrie Irving. What was your thoughts initially on Kyrie's basically, soliloquy, on the things he stated? Let's get into it.
I didn't look too deep into it. I think it's just typical Kyrie. In fact, let me stop before I get into that to say, man, Flight, I was just sitting here listening to you cook, man. I was like, I just love the fact that you put it together so well about the Lakers talking about these dudes, Trae Young, Kyrie, and they just happen to be courtside. What a coincidence!
Yeah, listen, you know what they said? They're gonna call me a hater for this shit.
No, they're not, because you wanted
when
something.
All this shit is true.
And that's now we can get over and talk about this damn his Instagram, right? Because this is the reason he's on Instagram, because he done created this whole damn firestorm, right? He created this frenzy. You want to show up and sit courtside, or did the Lakers invite you? Did Ron get you a ticket? Because Wendy
doing that?
Because you talking about Wendy don't got inside sources. When there's a couple of dudes in the NBA who know exactly what the F is going on. And to me, to be quite honest with you, all of that stuff Kyrie's doing, it just sounds like it's just him trying to diffuse the situation because he's tired of getting people asking him questions. So I love the fact that you brought this up. I'm looking deeper into it. I'm not a Lakers fan, but this is one of the reasons I'm not really in love with this organization. Yeah, I'm all for people trying to win, but let's not cap here, man. I mean, if you can't see the levels of collusion that the Lakers go through, all right, to get their players, man, I don't know what's up with you.
Man, what about how they trying to do D'Lo? They trying to fuck D'Lo, man.
You saw the narrative.
Man, how they gonna fuck D'Lo?
Well, I mean, D'Lo helped them get where they are, so they forget about that part. In fact, the funny thing is they talk grimy about Schroeder. Remember when the Lakers? I think it was wasn't it in that playing game that Dennis Schroeder hit the game winner from the corner? right?
Yeah,
Remember that?
I believe so. I'm not
Yeah,
100% sure.
right. That was the plan, right? Check it out. So yeah, Schroeder may have not shot as good as you wanted him to shoot, but he plays consistent defense. He knows how to play with Bron. Bron wanted him. They let Schroeder go. They got him back. And Schroeder hit a couple of shots, even in game 4. Now, I understand that you might not be in love with him, but y'all got to stop all of the scapegoating thing. You know the thing that I feel about a superstar player, Flight? A superstar player is a dude who can get you at least one game in the series. We saw James Harden do it for the Sixers.
You're right about that. That's what I'm
Bron
saying.
came close, but he did not get a W for them. You gotta execute, and this is the
You
only
you got to
knock.
get one. You
This
got
is
to
the
get them
only.
one.
This is the only knock. I feel bad for you, Flight, that you weren't able to see Michael Jordan. You did get to see a little bit of Kobe, but listen, there have been plenty of dudes in the NBA who aren't even on the level that you want to talk about the greatest of the greats that I've seen that you knew could get you a bucket. Allen Iverson, Tracy McGrady, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. I mean, shit, Paul Pierce. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen dudes who could go get you, like, the game is on the line. All right, I'm going to go win the basketball game. This is the only knock I have on LeBron James for his entire career. When he was young, and I was like, shoot, Bron, shoot. You know what I mean? Like, attack the rim, Bron. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta beg this dude to do this stuff, man. And by this point in his career, he just hasn't figured out that little mid range or whatever he needs to do to actually hit these shots. I've seen LeBron backing dudes down like Caruso, who he has a huge height advantage, 2 feet away from the basket and decide to pass it. Why? You have the advantage. I'm not here to tear LeBron down. LeBron is an older dude. Get whoever you want. But with the Lakers, isn't it a coincidence that every year they need everybody and their mother to be on this team? Everybody and their mother got to be on the Lakers for them to win. You talk about the people who need to help LeBron. How about LeBron help out the people around him? This playoffs, you saw Austin Reeves, man. That man was cooking, and LeBron started taking shots away from him, chucking up bricks from 3. Why? Let those dudes who got you where you are, man, keep on cooking. Those dudes didn't have no problems getting buckets. Austin Reeves was getting to the free throw line 20 times a game at the end of the season into the playoffs. Am I right, Flight?
No, you're right about that.
He had no problem. You seen him, no problem getting to the hole. Like, sometimes you just got to fall back and do a little bit less, coordinate. I think the problem that the Lakers ran into is because they have this notion that LeBron James and Anthony Davis are just going to win games by themselves. And to be honest with you, the best parts of the Lakers in this postseason, now I'm not going to lie, Anthony Davis put up a few good number games. LeBron's put up a few good number games. But Flight, how many times have we seen these guys put up good numbers and walk away with the L? It's because at the end of the basketball game, when you need a bucket, AD is not trying to go to the rim. He's floating to the outside. LeBron James don't really have a go-to shot. His go-to move is to pass the ball, right? But when you took a look at dudes like Austin Reeves, when you saw Hachimura all postseason long, he was getting buckets. I mean, he gonna take the ball to the hole, and he was wet from the 3-point. Austin Reeves and Hachimura were the dudes those were the only dudes who was consistently hitting from the outside for the Lakers. If you want to take an outside shot, set them up for some open shots. But anyway, it is what it is. I'm not mad at LeBron. I think the Lakers had a tremendously successful season, but with the Lakers bringing Kyrie Irving courtside and Trae Young courtside, and then you hear these rumors, and then people are trying to act like these rumors, and people are talking on their behalf. It's just like you said, Flight. You put yourself in the middle of the spotlight. You was in the middle of LA. Every celebrity's there.
Yeah,
The
he
lights
should have
are
never
shining.
been there. He should have never been in LA if he didn't want all of this, want all
Right.
of this attention. What the hell are you doing in LA?
Look,
Get a
and it's and
God,
and
you should got a skybox or something. He's
and
sitting
this is
courtside.
And this is the reason why I'm not really sure. There's a couple of reasons I'm not really sure the Lakers are going to get Kyrie. Because one, I don't think that Kyrie acts like he don't want all of the smoke of the big lights. He kind of do, but he kind of don't. You know what I mean? Flight. He's kind of like, he's in between it. The lights are going to be bigger in LA. You better be ready for it if you plan on playing over there. And then, I mean, if you're sitting, you want to act like everybody's at fault for swirling these things. You're the one who's putting it out there low key with your passive aggressive actions. And the Lakers, Stevie Wonder could see the Lakers are trying to get you over there. So let's stop kidding ourselves. The season ain't over. People ain't finished sweeping the stadiums, and y'all over here trying to get players. I think that there's rules in the NBA against that. The Lakers somehow or other are the only team in the league that don't seem to really have to follow the rules between them and Clutch Sports and LeBron. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with you, man. It's not fair. If I'm the other owners in the league, man, I'm like, well, come on. And think about it, Flight. The only people you hear, Stephen A. Smith and like everybody in the world who's in the basketball world, all of the top people, they're always just talking about the Lakers and trying to solve the Lakers' problems 24/7. Imagine they spent the same energy trying to fix the Knicks, Flight.
Good call. You're right about that. They need to. They definitely need to redirect the energy. It's unfortunate that guys like LeBron, he should have went to New York when he had the chance. But for every reason. But I don't know. For a guy that always have problems and upset with the roster, why he ain't just stay in Miami? Because Miami he didn't have to worry about the roster in Miami. All he had to do was play basketball. Claiming what he want to do. I think LeBron secretly want to run the fucking organization. Well, publicly.
Hey, I like what Rico said. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. That's definitely a LA slogan. That definitely.
Man.
I think the Lakers.
Man, we can't encourage cheating.
I think the Lakers created that slogan. That came straight out of the Bus family. If you're not cheating, you ain't trying.
Hey man, we can't encourage cheating, man. It's flight sports, man. We got to play by the rules. No, I'm fucking with y'all. Listen, man. The Lakers, man, they're a great team. They accomplished something, really well. But they do need an upgrade, and I like the situation. I love everything that's happening. I just don't like the way it's being done.
Right.
So I want to let everybody know that. I don't like what's happening with D-Lo, what they've done. They basically are implying that there's no way they should bring him back. They said something today with I forgot what they said, but they said that you sitting there, they have to bench you in the fourth quarter, and you got Kyrie there courtside. You think all that shit was by design? I mean,
well, let's talk about the other reason why I'm not sure if Kyrie's coming there. Kyrie, that they have the new CBA, and they reduced that salary cap. So I think for Kyrie to come there, he's going to have to take a significant pay cut. They're not going to cut LeBron's pay. They're not cutting AD's pay. And I don't even think that those two could even agree to cut their pay significantly enough for Kyrie to get there, because he's deserving of a max. The next thing is, the last time Kyrie had his issues with Brooklyn, if you remember, Flight, his thing is that he really wants security for another 4 years or so. He doesn't want just like a 1 year kind of a deal. The good thing the Lakers got going for themselves is they have LeBron on contract for the next 2 years. So I think next year he makes like $45 million, and the year after that he does like $50 million. That gives him enough time to be in LA until his son comes or whatever. And that means that if the Lakers are able to secure Kyrie, they probably want him for at least 2 years. Because do you think Kyrie wants to be there when LeBron's not there? Probably not, right? So,
I mean, AD gonna be there.
Yeah, well, AD's gonna be there, but I mean, I'll be honest with you. My 3-year projection on AD ain't really a good one.
All right, AD might be finished by the time it's time for LeBron to call it quits, right?
You saw the photo?
He's gonna be on some Bynum shit.
You saw the photo with AD in the wheelchair, the Mr. Glass photo? That's what he's going to be. He'll be courtside in the wheelchair with that same haircut with the part in the side of his fro. He going to be, you talk about street clothes, he's going to be really rocking his street clothes on the sideline. I mean, let's hope not, but we know AD is fragile. We know AD is fragile. You expect AD to play a whole full season next season?
He's never played a full season, so I don't expect that.
You already know. We already know. Like, I don't want to, he ain't gonna play no whole seasons. So, I mean, I don't know how that's gonna pan out. I mean, there's time, of course. I'm not claiming to be a mystic swami, but I think that there's some issues with getting Kyrie to the Lakers. But
Oh, of
Kyrie
course.
has to think about it, just like LeBron. He has to think about his money now. Is he playing for money? Is he playing? You know what I mean? And I still don't think it's a guarantee for the Lakers either. No matter even if they do get Kyrie. Kyrie's dope, but Kyrie don't play D. I think one of the keys to success for the Lakers is that they had some dudes who were able to play a little bit of defense. Some dudes who had nothing to lose. Get dogs in a fight. That's why I remind you of all of the players that really won games for them. When you looked at the Lakers' magical postseason, take a look at the dudes who won games for them. You had Dennis Schroeder. Say what you want. Dennis Schroeder won the most critical game for you dudes, literally, on a pass in the corner, knockdown the three. You had Austin Reeves played out of his mind. Rui Hachimura played out of his mind. Lonnie Walker, remember that 15-game fourth quarter, 15
Yeah,
point fourth quarter that he had? I
yeah.
mean, that he won the game for them. Let's keep it a buck. So the Lakers have these young players, but the Lakers haven't really managed themselves for the future. Another point that you cooked on, Flight, is because the Lakers have to separate themselves from LeBron James. LeBron James gonna think about his interests. He might run your organization. He might run it into the ground. But the Lakers know that they have to also think about their future. They can't give away all of their picks and all kind of stuff like that. And then LeBron leaves, and they don't even have a future. They've got all these rental players. So,
That's what happened with Cleveland the first time around.
mm-hmm.
But shit, he'll leave LA with no draft capital to rebuild. They're gonna be
So
on some Brooklyn Nets shit, like with Prokhorov and them niggas. You remember?
yep. Now I like the idea that you put out there with the Dallas Mavericks with the signing trade. I don't think the Lakers going to be able to keep, well, as far as like the salary and all. I don't think they're going to be able to keep um, Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves. We'll see though, because I never claimed to be a GM, but I don't think they'll be able to keep both of them. So that would be the question of who would you get rid of, and who would you want? I think the Mavs would be interested in Austin Reeves.
Listen, I think if you could get your hands on Kyrie Irving, you got to trade whoever the hell they want.
And I don't think that they
You will
need.
be good.
I don't think they need Austin Reeves if they have Kyrie. To be quite honest with
Man,
you.
let me keep it 100 with you, man. Don't start drinking the Kool-Aid or whatever the hell you drinking. Austin Reeves had one good year. And for all you know, next season he gonna be the scapegoat. It shit could be a whole nother ball game next year. The Lakers know this. They could give this dude all that money, and he could fuck around and steal it and play like shit. And then now that he's the new talk of the town in LA. All this shit could go down.
That's a fact, and I agree 1,000% with Recap Rico because I honestly think that Rui's a better fit for them. I'm gonna tell you the reason why. Rui adds to the element of height. Rui has shown that he can hit that outside shot. Rui's been in the league longer than Austin Reeves. Um, And I think that Rui is actually getting a little bit better. To be honest with you, I mean, I saw Rui on. I know a lot of people talk all of this crap about, hey, you know what, Rui's better because he's playing around LeBron James. Like Rui had all of these opportunities when he was over there in Washington. He wasn't the focal point of the offense, but he had plenty of shots over there in Washington. He played plenty of minutes and plenty of time. He actually looked a little bit more hungry in LA. He seemed to like really thrive under the bright lights of LA too. And he's kind of a humble dude.
Yeah, he was a high pick by
But I
Washington.
thought
I think he was a lottery pick.
But listen, the thing that I was impressed with Rui, that I definitely will tell you he did better than he did in Washington ever in any of the games I've seen him play over there. Rui did a very good job of attacking the rim, don't you think, Flight?
Yeah, man, you're right about that, Quiz. Shit is crazy.
His attack the rim game was fire. I mean, so he hit threes way better. So he hit threes at a high click. He attacked the rim, played aggressive. Yeah, I actually like if you're gonna get Kyrie, then hey, you guys could have Austin Reeves, and I'll hold on to Rui. You know what I mean with 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 Anthony Davis and Bron. My only question with Bron is he gonna be able to hold up a whole year? The thing that we don't like, nobody really wants to talk about it, but Bron is like 75 years old in basketball years. Um, You saw him looking kind of old and looked like he lost a little bit of a step in his postseason flight, right?
Yep.
And I'm gonna show you what I mean. That last game he dropped 40, but look at him. He dropped like 20 points in the first quarter, right? Then he dropped
Yeah.
like 10 points in the second quarter, right?
Right.
So think about it. He only scored 10 points total in the second half. So his production went down and down and down and down. Plus, another thing is, I think that Bron kind of coached the team in that last one. I think that Darvin Ham was like, "Look, I'm not going to get thrown under the bus. Whatever you want to do, Bron, we're out of answers." And Bron played the entire game, but he didn't really have to because Flight. Remember when they was up by 15 points? He should
Yeah.
have sat his ass down and took a break in that first quarter. He should have taken a little bit of break to conserve some of that energy. And that's just my opinion. I don't know, what do I know? But people over here bragging about him playing 40 minutes. He only scored 10 points in the whole second half. You know what I mean? Maybe that wasn't like the greatest idea. Maybe that would have helped him have enough energy to muster up a better shot. I mean, the last two plays LeBron did in that last game, game 4, I hate to tell y'all, were terrible. I remember we was on a live stream and I said, Brian, what are you doing? I think that Dex thought I was talking about because he hit that nasty shot off the side of the backboard, which he did. Remember that shot? With it was like a
Yeah.
3 seconds
I
on the
remember.
shot clock. Right. But here's the thing you have to remember on that play. Why were they at 3 seconds? Because LeBron freaking pulled the ball back and wasted the whole clock and damn near threw the freaking ball away. Then he comes and he shoots off of the side of the backboard with 3 seconds. That was a terrible possession. You go back and look at it. That possession was bad, and that's that's not pointing the finger at Russ or anybody else. That was LeBron James. So I think that people saying he was a little bit gassed. He didn't really need to play those. He didn't need to play as much time. Plus, if you notice when he sat down, those were the times when Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura really came to life anyway. So I think that. But at the same time, I don't knock him because I will say one thing about him, and I'm as much of a LeBron fan as you are, probably, Flight. I'm just hold the people that I like and love. Like I don't like seeing them doing lame shit. I want to see them win. You know what I mean? I don't want to see you. You know what I mean? I'm trying to see you win, bro. So I gotta be a little bit tough on you. But I will give LeBron super credit for at least he seemingly laid it all on the line. He definitely laid it all on the line. I mean, but it was to prevent getting swept. I mean, that's what we call like if me and you were playing like Madden or something like that, Flight, and I was blowing your ass out by 40 points, man. The only thing left.
So come on, that wouldn't happen. See,
Yeah, but if it did
man.
happen, I know that the only thing left to do. I mean, you're gonna get tired of me talking shit, so you're gonna.
Let's be realistic.
Yeah, let's be realistic. You're gonna be playing for pride.
You ain't gonna beat me by no 40 and no matter.
Yeah, PFP, baby, playing for pride.
Right.
Wait, you know what? You're right. I wouldn't be beating you by 30 because we have the 21 shit rule. So if you getting beat by 21, right, man, you is next.
You still playing games these days? I mean, I do. Shout out to my gamers.
Nah. I can't. I love video games. I played so many of them my entire life. I can't even do it anymore, Flight. I'm just I got too addicted to them shits. You spend too much time.
I got the game. I might cut the shit on right now and play it, but I haven't played. I don't play the game like I used to.
Well, they made the game more complicated too, because now you can swivel your head and all kind of shit like that, man. You need a fucking PhD to play a video. Flight, do you know that there was a time where you had to be a fucking retard not to be able to play video games? All you had was a stick and a button. You go back to the old Atari. You had a stick and a button, or maybe you had the ball.
Yeah, I remember those days. Yeah, now it's a lot. A lot of precision.
You got buttons, and then you got trigger switches, 2 of those and shit like that. The toggle, you know what I mean? You gotta do.
He said the toggle.
You gotta do special combos to hit the move. You know what I mean? Like shit, motherfucker. You play these, and the crazy thing is the kids be getting it so quick, Flight.
Word, nigga, my son was playing the game at 4. Well, he know how to play he don't play every day. He just used the shit as more to watch YouTube. It's almost like a media center, but he played the game. Like he knew how to play that shit at 4.
Right.
Like, it's crazy. Yeah, so it's very young. And if he playing PS5 and shit, I was playing Sega Genesis. Nigga, Super Nintendo, shit like
Oh
that.
hell yeah, hell
I
yeah.
had a Sega Genesis. Let me know if y'all remember those days. The black
Flight. I had a
controller with
Sega
the ugly
Genesis.
buttons.
I had the Sega Genesis when the shit first came out. You know, before Genesis, it was the Sega Master System. That was the first one.
That was probably before my time. That was before my. I remember
Yeah.
my first system my father bought was a Sega Genesis. I remember when my father called. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. He had called me and he said, "Yo, do you want a Sony PlayStation?" This one, the PlayStation. I didn't even know it was. This one like when it first came out, like the
When the
white shit.
PlayStation,
Like,
yeah, when
yeah, I
that
was
shit
young
first
as
came out,
hell.
that was fire. The
Hell yeah,
PlayStation first. Flight. I literally watched the evolution. My dad was a computer programmer, so he used to work for Bell Labs, which eventually became AT&T. My Bell integrated with AT&T, so he used to bring me over there. Those guys used to make video games, so I literally grew up watching a whole evolution of video game systems and all of that. You know what I mean? I had a bunch of them when they first came out, and then it just evolved and went crazy. Like you said, man, that Nintendo came when Nintendo came out. Nintendo came out first, and then I remember when the PlayStation came out. That was like in the mid-90s. When that PlayStation came out, man, that shit was a hit. PlayStation was it, bro.
You're right about that.
That's what the PlayStation was a hit because it had all of the damn sport games. Like they had all the fire sport games, like the best, you know.
The PlayStation got games.
Yeah. Shit done came a long way. Nowadays they have
Games, I
so
remember.
much shit. What do you think about this virtual reality shit? The shit that they're doing with like
I had
metaverse.
what you mean? PlayStation?
Well, aren't they using the same thing as like
Yeah,
metaverse now?
they
Don't
have
they
a
have something?
VR too. I didn't buy that one. I bought the first VR. I bought the PlayStation VR like the first. I didn't have no kids at this time and I wasn't doing so I just had more money, to just fuck off. You feel me? So that shit was $400. I went to GameStop and spent $400 on the VR, the first VR, not the VR2. They just came out with a PlayStation VR2. That shit is way expensive.
How was the VR experience? I've
The
never fucked with the
VR was
VR
cool
experience.
when I had it, but like I said, they didn't invest enough games into it. They didn't put enough money. Like even now, they don't have a lot of games. For it's too much money, and they don't have no major
Right.
games for it. And
That's the most important
you
thing
gonna
when you
play
have a
with? You
system.
gonna play with? Okay, let's say
Right.
you go buy your VR right now. Who the fuck you gonna play with?
Right. Yeah, you got to get a couple.
That's what
Yeah.
you got to think about. That shit is like, and they went up way more. It's not. I think it's like $650. They try to charge more than the fucking PlayStation for the VR.
Right. And then the games are probably expensive too, and then ain't
Man,
nobody
man,
playing them.
game's going to $70 now. Man, the next game
Yeah.
I'm getting is Mortal Kombat. That's what I'm getting. That come out in September. I'm tempted. I might even do some content on Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat is fire. You know the thing that's so crazy, Flat? I remember when that first came out. Mortal Kombat first came out in the mid-90s. And that shit fucking had motherfuckers stuck. Mortal Kombat, are you kidding me? We talk about playing games all night and all day. You have to.
Mortal Kombat was the shit back in the days. I remember that. I used to be not scared of that shit back in the days. When I look at the screen, and I said, "What the fuck is this? Late night shit is looking spooky."
That shit is nostalgic now. Before Mortal Kombat, you had the Street Fighter though. Street Fighter was rocking before Mortal Kombat.
They coming. That's correct. They coming out with a new Street Fighter. I ain't buying Street Fighter. I should have wasted money.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I
don't know how to.
I don't know.
I don't know how to play those buttons. I don't know how to do the controller and shit. I don't have a lot of time to play the game like that anyway. Like you can't make content and fucking play the game at the same time. It's just not gonna work. You can't do that.
I was listening to
It's
T
one or the
Grizzly.
other.
I was listening to T Grizzly, and he was talking about how and he's right. Some people are just nice at video games. I gotta keep it a buck with you. There's some people who are just nice at video games. Like they just fucking.
At least I got Doom Eternal. I can't even stream Mortal Kombat on here because it messes up like the blood and shit like that.
Are there new games? I'm not talking about the ones we all know about. Are there new games that are coming out that are super fire, Flight?
To be honest with you, man, I only really play Mortal Kombat and 2K. I have a lot of games, but those are the only 2 games that I actually play. That I find any real enjoyment when I want to go back. Of course, I play some shooting games here. I suck at shooting games. I just play for fun.
You know what
Recaps
I
is
did
Tekken.
have that
The
was
only thing
fire
I'm
though?
good Tekken. Yeah,
All right, check it
yeah.
out. I'm gonna share with you a story. I had the what was it, the PlayStation 5 or the PlayStation 4, which is the one that came out a few years
That
ago.
was the 4. The 5 is out now.
Check it. I had a PlayStation 4. I got it for Christmas. I never took it out the box at all. Funny story about my dad. My dad, he was going back to our crib in New Jersey. So he was like, yeah, he wanted to program it or do some stuff with the PlayStation. So I was like, yeah, take it. Now I kept telling my dad, because my dad is just so I don't we're from New York, but he's lived in Jersey for like a long ass time, and he's used to just being able to leave your door unlocked and all kind of shit like that. You know what I mean? So I was telling him, I was like, yo, you can't leave. I mean, I live in a nice community. It's gated and shit like that. It's like a condo, but at the same time, it's like there's, teenagers walking around, you know what I mean? And shit, my neighbors is Puerto Rican and all kind of stuff like that. I'm not trying to cast any aspersions or anything like that, but I was telling my dad, because we have a nice drop top Lexus or whatever, but he would just be leaving the his doors unlocked and all kind of shit like that. So we went to go take the PlayStation. Anyway, he gets up to Jersey, he gives me a call like, yeah, uh, is the PlayStation around here? I'm like, nah, I thought that you took it out to the car. So I guess he was moving his stuff or whatever, wasn't paying no attention. Somebody got him for that damn PlayStation. That's crazy. Somebody and it was fresh in the box, like it never opened it at all. It was still packaged brand new.
When
Crazy.
somebody stole it or they robbed them.
Yeah, definitely. Nah, they didn't rob him. Rob means that they came and you know what I mean, like bought it.
He's a
He probably
rob, man.
he thought that he misplaced it, because I had it in my living room up underneath my entertainment center. I had it. I didn't open it because I didn't like. My whole thing for it was I don't really play video games like that anymore. I have movies and stuff. I wasn't really pressed to really to fuck with it that much, but I wanted to have it like when my nieces and nephews come over, so they can't say that they're sitting around with nothing to do. You know what I mean? So I was gonna crack it open around the time when my nieces and nephews that came by. Um, but I didn't really, you know, it's my dad. Like I said, he's the
Y'all
program.
know who took? Do y'all know who took it?
No, I have no idea. He probably, I don't even know if they took it out of the car or if he had it like, in the garage somewhere when he was getting ready to move his stuff, because he was getting ready to go. So he was, moving his bags and all kind of shit like
How
that.
the fuck you take the whole system?
But the thing is, he shouldn't even have took it to begin with. You know what I mean? I'm like, why are you so pressed? He was more excited about me opening the damn PlayStation than I was. That's the funny thing. You know what I mean? I was like, Flight, if I told you how many hours I spent in my life playing Madden, you know what I mean? Mortal Kombat, shit. All of those games, man. That's the reason I don't play them that much anymore, because it's like it's too
No,
much.
I probably have a lot more fun. I like playing the game when I used to live in New York. Obviously, I like playing the game when like my friends would come to the crib. That was some
Right.
of the
Those
best
games
times
that,
I had. Like,
yeah.
I had all the games, and then like we
Right.
chilling. Okay, everybody come back to my crib, and we just running shit. That used to be the days
Facts.
of that. Guys.
Right, right. No, because that's the fact. Like the games I like to play are better when you're playing against somebody. Always like Madden isn't as much fun when you're playing by yourself. You know what I mean?
Man, I don't like playing the game by myself at all. I like playing the game with other people. That's just like how I always played. I don't know how niggas be playing by themselves. Like that sucks. I like
Now,
playing the game with other people.
now I'm gonna tell you another system I had before that. The second to last system I had that Xbox. I think that was back in what? That was fucking probably like around 2012 or something like that.
I had the Xbox. That might have been the Xbox 360.
But check it, they had Halo on there.
No, I got Halo.
Yo, that Halo shit was
My Halo
fire,
is just
Flight.
Halo. That's the exclusive.
Like I
That's like
used to fucking smoke I'd smoke a fucking blunt and I'd be done, man. I'm on Halo all night. I felt like I was in fucking space.
Wow.
They had the crazy like the background sounds and all of that. They did a great job. Yeah, wasn't that like video game of the year?
Yeah, it won something. That was the shit when it first came out. It ain't getting no love no more, but when that game came out, I had a wave. Like,
Nah, I love that shit. That is a fire first person shooter game because it was either that
you make
or
me want to play you make me want to play the fucking game. Actually, that's what I'm saying.
yeah, that shit was fire, bro. I love that game. I'm not even gonna cap that game. That game had me. That's why I was like wondering if there were other new games because we done played Call of Duty to death. You know what I mean? You know, Grand Theft Auto is never gonna go out of style. Grand Theft Auto was a game that you could stream though, because you could play Grand Theft Auto with a bunch of a bunch of random people online, and it still be kind of fire if you play with the right kind of crowd. You know what I mean? But
check out the new trailer for the Mortal Kombat one. There's a new Mortal Kombat coming out in September. I put it on the community tab.
you know what's so crazy though, Flight?
I'm contemplating on, like I said, there's only a couple of us in here. I'm just
Flight.
contemplating on what? What's up?
Mortal Kombat's 30 years old, bro.
I know it's the same age as me. It came out like a year, and they still doing it more and more and more. I got the arcade set in my crib. I got my one of my best friend really. He bought it for me. We grew up together in New York. He bought that shit for me for Christmas one year. He sent that shit to my crib. It was like all three of the first original Mortal Kombats in the arcade. I play it every now and then, but it's more of a souvenir.
Recap said the only fighting game he's good with is Tekken. Yo, Tekken, are you kidding me? I used to love that game.
I used to play that back in the days, but I mean, I never was good at it. I figure it out, but I like Mortal Kombat. I like the characters in Mortal Kombat. They're more iconic.
Tekken came out.
I don't think they ever had a movie. I don't think they've ever. The characters to me is not as iconic.
I think they did a Tekken movie, didn't they?
I have to look into it, but
Tekken was the one with Raiden. They had a movie for Tekken.
No,
right?
Raiden is Mortal Kombat.
Raiden is Mortal Kombat. Tekken is the one with Hachimura or some shit like that.
No, I forgot his Paul. Wolf.
Mushi.
You talking about Yoshimitsu?
Yeah, Yoshimitsu. I used to.
I'm gonna keep let me tell you a story about that nigga Yoshimitsu. I remember when I was young as hell. I had the first fucking whatever to get that Tekken. I was like PS1. And I remember playing with that nigga. Everybody used to talk about the nigga Yoshimitsu. That nigga had the sword. He was dancing and moving around. Yo, Tekken, they coming out with a new Tekken. I mean, I ain't like gonna be that good.
Yeah, Tekken was the one with King, with the fighters used to
King. Yeah, they got King. Yo, you make me want to play the game. I'm gonna keep 100.
I used to like that shit too. I'm not gonna hold you up. But it's so crazy. It's so crazy, Flight, because I literally seen the evolution of video games, bro. Do you know back in the days there was Atari and Intellivision came out, and Intellivision was the shit. My cousins had Intellivision. I don't even know if I had an Atari, but I knew friends who had Atari. The Atari just had the stick with the button, right? But on Atari, you know the game that was popping, that got Atari popping? It was such a simple fucking game. It was that little Pong shit. And then they had that 3D shit with the tank, where you could shoot the balls at the tank and shit like that, and the pellets would bounce off. I mean, that was it. You know what I mean? Then it became Pac-Man, fucking Space Invaders. We used to go to like arcades, like real arcades. You know what I mean? Arcades died. I wish they still have arcades now, but they ain't like the same way as they was back in the days, because that's where used to go.
So I remember them. The arcade is not what it's like back in the days because they have everything on the system now.
Right, yeah, like Dave and Buster's is cool, but it's not like the arcade.
Dave and Buster's is not a real arcade. That's not like I remember when I was young in the arcade. You had Mortal Kombat. You had niggas used to sit there and wait on the fucking line. Like that shit was like it was another level of intensity at the arcade.
Yeah, the arcades now are like
fucking a joke.
Arcades now are kind of like glorified sports bars. You know what I mean?
There's no arcades. The arcade is a sport. Dave and Buster's ain't no fucking arcade. It's a sports bar.
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel like it. This is a glorified sports bar. But they
need to come out with some shit like that. Where they need to put the real games that they have. Like they need to put them in arcade forms and start coming out with arcades. Like.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now. Like, you can't tell me you got a real arcade. Like, to have a real arcade, you got to have like pinball machines and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
nigga, I'm not. You a YouTube nigga? Go on YouTube and type in niggas who built arcades. I'm gonna build this shit for my kids. Like when I get a crib. You know,
All right.
when I get my crib, like when I get older, I'm gonna buy. But with the arcade one-up machines, not I can't afford them. Them other machines be like $3,000. The
Shit.
arcade one-up. All right, they got. You ever heard of that?
No, I haven't. But
Well,
you know
yo,
what
you should
though?
look
It's
into
just
it. You might like it. You might fuck with that arcade one-up.
check it
It's
out.
cool.
I'm gonna share something with you that's fucking crazy though. Do you know what I have? I got fucking for my phone case. I
Uh-huh.
got the fucking Game Boy. I got like fucking 32 Nintendo classic games on this shit.
So
Yo,
I just
so
tell the
like
wolf now. I can sell wolves to
yeah,
kill
I
people.
got like old shit like Excite Bike and the thing that's so crazy about these fucking games I got on here, I got the original Mario Brothers. Yo, I
Hard
got that
running.
shit. But you know what's so crazy about that? Cause fucking I actually had that system. The original Nintendo, I
Yeah.
actually had that shit. I'll never forget when I got that. That shit came out with like a robot. Most niggas ain't have the robot. I got the robot. My pops got that shit. I was so stoked when I got that shit when I was a kid. With the video game cartridges used to have to blow on.
Oh hell yeah! I remember. I was in that era. I grew up in that era where you had to blow and you had to pop the
Yeah.
fucking cartridge out.
Yo. Are you fucking hell yeah.
Pop that bitch in there. Well, I
Yeah.
remember that shit. Hell yeah, man. Come on,
Yeah.
man. I've been
Yep.
doing
Yep.
this a long time now. I'm 30 years old, man. I was born
It's
in
so
'93.
crazy. But I'm gonna be real with you. Those games are still fucking fun. Those games are still fucking fun. It's like I got the case for like nostalgia, but every now and then I pop it over, man. And I got like fucking 32 games, man, and all of my favorites. There used to be this game called Ice Climbers. I used to play that with my brother. Man, we used to have so much fun playing that little bullshit fucking game.
So ice climbers.
Oh shit, I used to love that shit. I'm gonna tell you, Flight man. I'm a video game. I was a video game fanatic. You know what I mean? So
No.
it just comes at a certain point where you're like, I only play games for nostalgia. I don't have the attention, and they're better to play when they're with somebody anyway. Video games are always better when you're playing with somebody. You got like, when you have a point to prove. You know what I mean? You know that
No, no,
a
tell Dex
testosterone.
now. He was basically fake doing he was talking about what it was the days of when you had to blow in the video game cartridges. That's what Quiz said. So I was basically really had to take it out.
He's taking that shit out of context. He thought motherfucker was talking about snorting or some shit. Nah, we're not talking about blowing lines, bro.
Oh,
Blowing the
hey.
cartridge. Pause. You literally used to have to do that shit. Oh, you remember? You know what game I used to fucking be in love with? Remember the Legend of Zelda? I used to fucking love that shit. That Legend of Zelda shit had me for a minute. I used to love that fucking bullshit game. Used to have to find shit. Uh, in fact, that shit was fire because the cartridge was gold. Hold on, Flight. What happened to your sound, bro?
No, I'm here with you. I'm here.
Oh, all right, all right. I thought that you were
I'm no, you
mumbling or
straight.
something.
No, I'm good. I'm sitting here with you, man. Like I said, there's a lot
Yo,
going
video
on.
games done come so far though, man. Like seriously, I stopped fucking with Madden's after when they did you had the swivel neck for the quarterback, where you could turn his head, the precise vision. That was the last time I fucked with Madden. I was sitting up in that motherfucker like, man, like I like this shit, but I was like, by the time the next shit come out, I'm gonna need a PhD to be able to play this bitch.
No, the games is a little complex. I mean, you just gotta take a little bit of time to learn it. You know, 'cause I remember when
Right,
2K came out, I literally tried to be good at it, so took time to really like learn the nuances and all that good shit. And I started realizing I was slacking in things I needed to do. And I just stopped playing the fucking game and I just never played it again. So that's what happened. But it's like I got to get back into it. I
check
got
it.
to create some time to have a personal life
Right,
where I could do things like that because those things are healthy. You know, what I
right.
do is I try to make sure I can watch. See, these are the things that people don't know. That like I said, I got to make sure that I can watch shows and these things are important, for other people. It's not just
Yeah, right, right,
record lives and content. It's like, yo, dude, I got to be able. Like for instance, my son is playing basketball. I'm actually gonna coach my son this year. I'm actually gonna make it this great. I say we don't really got
very
that many
good.
people, so I'm gonna coach him this year. But it's only There's only one day that the games are, so it shouldn't be too strenuous for me. It's on Sunday. It should be early. I want to do it because I want to make sure I put my son in the right position. These motherfuckers ain't really taking care of my son how I want to be taken. So I got to do it my fucking self.
But
so
that's
I gotta
good
come
though,
downstairs.
because you know what? It's better. See, video games are cool, but you know, real life, interpersonal. A lot of people don't know how to socialize, and you know, kids got to be able to go outside. Like we did all that video game shit, but we used to go outside and play football on the lawn and soccer and all kinds of shit like that. Even when I was in New York, we played football in the snow. Like
I don't
that
let him go outside. Well, he's
important.
too young now, but I gotta always keep my eye on him. But in New York, we just doing reckless shit, man. Like I said, New York is it's not like everything else here. Here it's like I can't just let him outside. I gotta go outside with him. Like it's like it's a lot of all that shit. So sometimes I don't want to be chaperoning. So that'd be the thing. If I don't want to chaperone you, you gotta either sit your ass in the house or when you go out when I go out. So it's tough. But listen, Quiz, I'm about to step out here. We're gonna get back rocking tomorrow. We're gonna put a hell of a show. We got a great game. We're gonna live stream the game tomorrow. Everybody buckle up. Miami Heat Live. It's Flight Sports TV.
Flight Sports TV, man. That's my dude. I rolls with him.
You heard what the man said. It's Flight Sports TV.
Flight Sports TV.